athleticism. So it's probably naive. Eze and Rogers, I would love them, man. Man said bring in Greenwood. I don't want Greenwood, man. Bedroom talk is weird to begin with. Getting released is not good. I'm glad you're doing well. Remember to invest long-term, short-term on day one. Huh? I don't know, Martel. You lost me with the bedroom talk thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what any of that's about. But yeah, not a fan of Greenwood as a person or player. Steer clear, please, Berta. Still free. Havertz finally sold. Arsenal won't be the club to bring him back to the UK. Wait. You have to turn on edit mode to change any figures, prices, lineup, etc. I'm not sure what you're referring to there, but as you wish. Good afternoon, Hayden. Right back at you. Hope you're well. I'm great, man. Having a great day. I see the intro now. I'm completely blown out of my mind. Appreciate it. Punch up the like button like it's a Spurs fan. Please sell Havertz. I can't lie, man. I'm keeping Havertz for at least a year, man. I do think he can help us across the season, if I'm honest. Seeing the fixture, I think you mean list. We don't leave London over the Christmas period. We're retaining this thing. Big up yourself, 2-3. Nice to see you at the parade. Rodgers and Bacola to Arsenal. We move. If Havertz goes, does that mean my dream summer signing will come in Croupy? I don't think the two are interlinked, but who wouldn't? Big up yourself, K. London KDR. Appreciate you. We should get Kenan Yildiz as a Martinelli replacement. To what we're seeing online, the Kenan Yildiz thing, there's an appreciation at Arsenal. We've obviously tried to begin some level of dialogue with Juventus, and they've shut it down. We all know the Italian teams in the Italian league is struggling financially. Juventus are not in the Champions League. They'll move heaven and earth. They will probably, certain people connected to Juventus will probably sell family members before they get rid of Kylian Yildiz. If we could bring that, I would love that. But it's a non-story, innit? Like, again, nobody signed for our football club, bar Hincapié, technically, as we make it permanent. The most, I mean, as an armchair expert, I only really give any thought to sniffing around Bacola, to sniffing around Morgan Rogers. Obviously, the Greek youth, that's at Club Brugge. That's probably it. I might have missed one name out, or Jeremy Monga, things of that ilk, people. So, yeah, what do you lot make of the fixture list? I'm going to read it out first before we get into it. In August, we begin the Premier League campaign against Coventry at home. Then we go to Aston Villa away. Our third game of the season in September on the 5th is going to be Chelsea at home. Then we have Sunderland away and Brighton away. October sees Leeds United at home, Nottingham Forest away, Everton at home, and then Liverpool away. So back-to-back competition, fixtures against the Merseyside sides. November, you've got Hull at home. You've got a trip to Newcastle away, in which that was, Newcastle away was probably in the Premier League. That's the one I'll remember. Like, if we go 20, obviously, I don't know what 20 years are going to look like, but 20 years from now, if I remember nothing of the 2025-26 season, well, there's probably 3 games. I would remember Newcastle away. I'm probably going to remember Bournemouth. Bournemouth at home. I'm definitely going to remember Wolves away. And I'm going to remember Bournemouth drawing against Manchester City in it. But yeah, November, Hull City at home, Newcastle away, Manchester City at home. Should have beat them last year. December, which naturally we're going to look at the December/April, May, because that's the business. They're the kind of, like in December, you can't win a league title, but you might look back in hindsight and you lost it. April and May, that's obviously the business end in it. It's self-explanatory. Brentford away, nobody wants to go there. Tottenham hot shite, first North London derby. Do you know what? The North London derbies, one's in December, one's in May. Now, I stand to be corrected, but it feels like we run them kind of games a lot earlier than we're seeing. But yeah, Brentford and Spurs away. So 2 London derbies away from home back to back. Bournemouth at home, Man United at home, in which, Bournemouth at home, Man United at home, they were sour moments in Arsenal's calendar last season. Crystal Palace away, Fulham away. January sees Ipswich at home, Brentford at home, Hull away, Newcastle United at home, Manchester City at the Etihad. And I say this every year. Arsenal, please, because technically our top 6 record of the last 3 years wasn't probably the best last season. We didn't win at the Etihad and we didn't win at Anfield. But I'm going to say this because I say this every year. Please, can we win at Anfield and at the Etihad? Them hoodoo things need to go now, innit? But yeah, nonetheless, Ipswich at home, Brentford at home, Hull away, Newcastle at home. Then after Newcastle at home, you've got Manchester City away. Now, this is where it starts to get techie because, you got the League Cup, the FA Cup, the Champions League. Obviously, we don't know the dynamics, who's injured, who's fit, whose form's there, who's not. But December is a bit of wear and tear, and as is January the same. You've just got to muck through it. So at the end of January, beginning of February, you've got Manchester City away and Liverpool at home. So immediately my antennas are up. So far of what we've read, I would say I don't know how to feel. I'm not necessarily negative, but of the first 5 games, 3 are away from home, 2 are at home. Then obviously January 30th, we've got Manchester City away. Then you've got Liverpool at home. That's the first time where I'm like, oh, how's that gonna play out? Then you've got Ipswich Town away. Then you've got Fulham at home. Then we've got to go to Old Trafford and play Man United away from home, where we don't have the best of records, but we did win there and we won the league there. We won it at Anfield. Yeah, you know the song. Smash the like button if you do. March. Crystal Palace at home, Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge. The last 3 years, I have not been happy with our performances at Stamford Bridge. That needs to change. Sunderland at home. April sees on the 10th. And again, they don't get hung up on the dates. We all know, depending on what we do in competitions and TV rights, games are going to change. But April, the best month of the year, my birthday month. Coventry City away from home, which I'd love for Gyökeres to bag there. You've got Aston Villa at home. You've got Bournemouth away. I mean, every away game, my antennas are up. But I'd say Bournemouth away is the one where I'm like, ooh, because they make it difficult for everyone. Now, granted, I don't know what Bournemouth look like. They've lost they've lost a couple of players. Areola's gone to Liverpool, so you get where I'm going. The end of the season, May times, you've got the North London derby at home, you've got Leeds away, you've got Nottingham Forest at home, you've got Everton away, and on the final day of the season, you've got Brighton now. May on paper, Leeds United, they might be fighting relegation, fighting for their lives, all that kind of stuff. That's going to be techie. North London derby, you know what we do. They're going to get beaten up, but they are going to be dramatically better. They've got, like Chelsea. And you know what? If I had to put money, I'd say Chelsea finish above Spurs. But based on the links around Spurs, they've got De Zerbi. One commonality both of those teams have, in that Chelsea are a serious football club, Spurs aren't. They've got 1 game a week. So I do think De Zerbi's going to work his magic. I think with De Zerbi, honestly, I think with De Zerbi at Spurs, there's no in between. I think they're either going to become serious, quote unquote, again, not Pochettino days, but be mentioned around that. Well, that's the best it's been for them. Or De Zerbi will cut midway through the season. Leeds away, self-explanatory. Nottingham Forest at home. Everton away, horrible. We had to get a penny and get out of there. And we ended at Brighton. So for me, I think, you know what? The way they've scattered the games, it's all right, man. Naturally, social media would have you believe. People are saying Arsenal and Man United got the easiest fixtures. Man United got a very favorable run. But everybody, we all know this. Everyone's got to play each other twice. Everybody's got a little cluster where they're like, oh, what's going to happen there? So for me, naturally, I'd say the December period, because on paper, I'm quite confident against any of those sides, but you fuck about, these teams can harm you, innit? And not only that, we would have played a lot of football. There would have been, forgive me if I'm wrong, by the time December comes, there'd be 2 international breaks, innit? Like September, I'm sure there's a next one, but the December period, it comes to mind. For me as well, I would actually say, obviously, Newcastle at home is mad. The whole of January is mad, but I would say in particular, Manchester City away on the 30th, and then probably until from the 30th of January, so like here. So yeah, you would obviously play City, Liverpool, Ipswich, Fulham, Newcastle, Manchester United. Apologies, there'll be other games and other comps sandwiched in between, all the way to Chelsea away. That's the ones that I'm thinking, ooh, what's going on there type of thing, man. Spurs already made 3 signings. They're going to be serious. Big signings. Obviously, nobody knows, but Senestri is a good signing. Very good with a ball at his feet. I can understand why De Zerbi would be attracted to him. Obviously, they brought him in for free. Not that I want to talk about Spurs. I think Robertson arguably could have been Liverpool's first choice left back last season. Big character in the dressing room. To be honest, if they get Tonali and Fernandes, obviously, if you do the name brand thing, oh, scary. But those are 2 profiles they probably need, and 2 profiles that have more longevity and type of thing. So I am wary, and I say wary, not scared, but I am curious to see what Chelsea and Spurs look like, because obviously they're playing 1 game a week. Curious to see how not only Manchester United, but Manchester United, Carrick, and their players play more than 40 games. Obviously, I still think City are going to be up there. You know what? Maresca wanted that job for a while. He's like Arteta and company and these kind of managers. They're from that City school of thought. They've obviously got good teams still. They're obviously bringing in players. They got to sort themselves out defensively. Obviously, signings is one thing, but it's more the coaching. They're going to be up there. Areola's interesting at Liverpool, if I'm brutally honest, because if it was just in terms of coaching, he will have them playing better than Slot had them in Slot's keyword second season, because he's a coach. We all looked at Liverpool last season for all their attack, and obviously the players have to take responsibility because of how the recruitment works. You can't just pin the blame on Slot in it, but fundamentally, this is football. The manager's always going to be gone. When you looked at Liverpool last season, cool. They won their first 5 games. They kept Salah. They obviously spent a lot of money on attackers, but they weren't a good attacking side. They're not a good defensive side. So I do think Areola will make them a lot more difficult to play. But as you know, Ariola's never had a job of that caliber where it is about coaching, it is about management, but everything is scrutinized down to your press conferences. So every other team, literally of the traditional top six, apart from Arsenal, there's an element of the unknown. But in life, you focus on yourself, we'll be all right. We know what we're good at. Take that to high heights. We know the evident areas of improvement. Take that to higher heights. Players individually, and I'm more defenders. You know what you need to do. Midfielders, you know what you need to do. Zubi, let's get back to it. Odegaard, let's get back to it. Eze, show me a bit more consistency. Lewis Skelly, when you get your chance, keep taking it. Declan Rice, you're Declan Rice. It is what it is. My attackers, though, because you all had moments, and history is going to be kind. I'm excluding Max Dowman. He's young, he's 16, big him up for the Everton game. I'm happy that a lot of these moments go down in history. Eze, North London derby, Gyökeres bagging 1-2 goals, Max Dowman against Everton. You get where I'm going. So all of our attackers, apart from Ethan, who went out alone, they all had moments, right? They all had moments, keyword moments. I need greater consistency, whether you're at this football club or you're coming in. A lot of it is with the players, but also Mikel Arteta. I don't quite subscribe to the rhetoric of handbrake down and all of this, but we know what needs to be tweaked. We know what needs to, he knows most importantly. So take it to another level, people. That's just where I'm at. So it's gonna be an interesting season, man, because even if you look at the relegation race, there'll always be a team that you didn't think would get relegated. And, let's let the transfer period pass and then we'll start doing prediction videos and all of that. But people probably assume the teams who got promoted, they'll be straight back down. I will be looking at Sunderland because they did so good last season, excelled in expectations. But I remember we've seen this. A team gets promoted, they're doing well. The next season, a bit of a slugfest. And you've got to remember the sheer amount of games that certain men are playing. So, yeah, man, let me know what you lot are saying with the international break before we move on. All right, afternoon social joins. Another one I was with at the parade. Where did you go? After I was with you, where did you go? You're going on like, I don't know what you're on about there, man. Like, Warren, I'm not here for the touchy stuff, man. I just said I'm curious. Carrick has never played more than 3 times a week. Man United need a bigger squad. Like, I can't lie. What I said is facts. I didn't say no one's going to rub out. Like, please, man, it's a nice day. I know you look like to troll, but if please, you just smash the like button. Can we just not chat shit for one day? Like, for one day. Allow me, man. I don't care if Greenwood's a baller. There's other options. If you actually want to support this guy, your morals are screwed. I knew when I saw that Greenwood news that would get you lot talking. Let's get those likes up, people. Vamos, as Noni and everyone connected to Arsenal say. Michael, appreciate you. I don't want to sell Ethan, but I just think you might have to go. Like, you might be gone in it, if I'm completely honest. Rice 6, MLS 8, Rogers 10, Saka, Osimhen, Greenwood, Eze, Ethan, Dowman off the bench. Greenwood to my club. I'm not having it. The backlash, and at some point he's going to be back in the UK in it, but boy. It's these kind of things. Why are we actually considering them Peckham Reds for the title? I'm not. I'm just United fans said next season they're going to be on it. Me, I'm just focused on Arsenal. We're at the mountaintop. How do we get better? Because I want, if we believe, even though it's not going to be like this, if we get into a situation like Liverpool this season before, run away with it. History is kind, because ultimately, for all the doom and gloom, what happened against Wolves, what happened against Bournemouth, I remember specific moments where I was frustrated. Definitely Liverpool away, I was vexed with Mikel Arteta and the players. I was vexed with you in the home game. I don't know if I've said it, but Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Aston Villa was a tough one to take because of the last minute one. So there's been bumps and bruises along the road, didn't it? And we've obviously won the most games and lost the lead. So it's not all been perfect, but ultimately we won. And for all the talk, we finished 7 points clear. But in reality, we was running away with it, quote unquote. We let the door back in, quote unquote. It did feel like the tide was kind of turning around. Yeah, it would have been around April because we were crap in April. Harden was doing the most and singing and they were doing all that stuff. People thought the tide was turning. So we just need to run with it if we can, because I see no reason why we can't retain it. If we don't retain it, it's an issue. But in general, the hardest thing to do is retain it. That's why you have to rate whatever they did, what Pep did, what Ferguson did. We've never done that. I actually think we have in the 30s, but come on, we haven't done that. And I'm not saying, I actually don't agree with this, but in terms of a conversation, I don't think Kroenke wants to rest. Whether it works or not, I think the intention is there to salvage the present, because we do at Arsenal do a lot of talking about the past, do a lot of talking about the future. Prior to this season, we've never seized the present type of thing. So I have no doubt, and I think the club have earned my confidence, and maybe some of you lot as well, because when it's doom and gloom, I've got a lot to say. I don't doubt Berta, Arteta, Josh Kroenke, everyone who's involved, their intention to get better and better. But as a football club, generally, when we've had success, whether that's the FA Cups, whether that's when we've won the Premier League, we've never. It's like we've got there and we've never tried to get more of it. It's like we've got there and it's kind of gone down. Well, it has gone downhill, isn't it? If you win a Premier League and then don't win it, it is a backward step in it. So yeah, man, is what it is. It's very balanced fixtures, and we've got to remember the thing with this football thing. On paper is one thing, like paper is one thing. You might go and batter City like we did a few years ago. You might lose to Ipswich, or you might have them booky little 0-0s. Remember, like I mentioned, Wolves away. We're 2 goals up, and on paper we should be winning that. Remember Wolves at home, where got away with one. That's the beautiful thing about the Premier League. Brighton away wasn't. It was we had to kind of do what we needed to do. There's a couple of those games. I'd say, regardless of how it pans out, one thing for me is obviously we're one of the most spoken about football clubs. Obviously, we know the journey Mikel Arteta has been on in the last 4 years. Obviously, of the 4, we've obviously got over the line in it, but we had 3 years of ultimately second in it, like ultimately second, just not getting there. You add in everything you see in the present day, you throw on the cloud of 22 years. I do think there's that was the element from the fans, the players, the club, and whatnot. So I do think like a weight's been lifted off our shoulders. I think there's no longer imposter syndrome. I think we can breathe and relax, sort of thing. There's gonna be dark moments. There's gonna be happy moments. Show me a team that's it's all their fans have been singing and happy in August, and then obviously in May. So yeah, and it'll be interesting because obviously we can't pick when we play teams in it, but it's a weird one because ultimately we didn't beat City in the league, but the City side we played or how they maneuvered that in the game at the Emirates was very different to the Etihad. I think we went Newcastle away at the right time, and probably some teams might have even played us at the right time as well. Like maybe Bournemouth caught us because take nothing away from Bournemouth's players or Areola, they can them prior to him going to Liverpool, they could beat everyone. But we was nervous, we was anxious. With, on one hand, we're focusing on the 90 minutes and the game we're playing, but we're all doing algebra, like City are playing at 5 o'clock if we get 3 points. And some of you do that thing where goal difference. I told you goal difference is relevant, but it's not. Rocking the bucket hat like schoolboy Q. I can't lie, man. I think I'm in my hat era. I've got a bunch of bucket hats now, and I think I'm just going to get more New Era hats. I don't know. I just woke up one day like, yeah, man, I'm going back to when I used to wear hats. DG, bro, I wouldn't take Greenwood. I'm going to save my thoughts until that section in it. But yeah, keep your thoughts coming. Anyone who would say yes to Mason Greenwood at Arsenal have no idea about the history of this club and our principles. I will generally say the element of football. I know whatever club you support, there's tribalism. We think everything's great. Remember, these clubs are establishments with individuals. Remember, football is a dirty game, like any industry. I don't think, I'm not suggesting you get where I'm going, but morality, morals, and football, it's a grey area, innit? It's a grey area. It's a grey area, man. I'm here, Slimsy, man. I hope you're doing well and safe. Would you say Rodgers and Bellingham have similarities? Yeah, they're very different. They've got the ability to score goals. They've got legs. They've got technical quality. They're both running behind, but they're very different. Man said the stuff for love, brother. No to Greenwood. But Cole is a baller, but Gunwood not going to come back to England. He knows the drama it will bring. He'll end up in Turkey, Saudi. Why Arsenal fans still upset? No one wants you to win no one wants you to win. England not winning nothing. I don't know what you're on about, Warren, but if I don't really care what other fans have to say. Football pure is great. If you don't want Arsenal to win, and I'm not saying this to you, but like, I'm not gonna die. You're not involved with us. You haven't been with the blood, sweat, and tears. You weren't there crying tears of joy when after 22 years. You weren't on this channel when we was having happiness and several other content creators channels. Nor was you at the Emirates, whether it was the Tuesday it was confirmed or that same week on the Sunday or on the Sunday of the parade. You didn't have the lows of the Champions League final. I guess that's the diplomatic route. Now I'm gonna how I normally speak. If you do not like Arsenal, that's great. Suck your mum through a dirty straw. Simple as that. Like, A's up to be freeze up. Corner boys in the building. If you don't want us to win, that's great. Come on, players want to win. The fans want to win. And we're finally on task. Just come get your shit back. Whoever this is, I don't know, man. I'm seeing Liverpool and City. Some love it. They said it was a rivalry. Some love it thing. That's great. Liverpool couldn't defend their thing. They called their big brother City. City got slapped. United fans are happy that they beat us at home and Bruno got an assist. Don't want to talk on Spurs dead food. We're letting Chelsea get away with murder because they were screaming they're in the title race when they beat us 1-1 and we're down to 10 men. Then they actually, 10's an iconic number. They finished 10th. Fuck the pagans. Matter of fact, fuck every one of the 19 teams. It's as simple as that. Like, just come get this shit. It's in M5, man. Dalman's controlling it. He's summer holiday soon. Just come get it back, man. Allow me. That's it. It's simple as that. Just come get your shit back, B. We ain't in no dramas, you know. Anyways, though, smash the like button. Keep going. Let's keep going, people. So, yeah, our first 10 fixtures, Coventry City, Aston Villa, Chelsea, Sunderland, Brighton, Leeds United, Nottingham Forest, Everton, Liverpool, Hull. Now, I mentioned the 10 games because that's for me when So by the time Hull comes or after the whole game, that's when the season starts for me personally. That is when the season starts. Everybody says this, but I'm going to remind everyone, I probably say it every year. Preseason is not some magical place, regardless of what team you support. Think about, quote unquote, the negatives or the airs of improvement that you thought come the season is done, right? Preseason, especially because there's a World Cup, but on the best of days, if there's no World Cup and every player is available, right? It's not some magic place you go to for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and all the wrongs are written and you're amazing. There's going to be various degrees of physical fitness, players needing to adapt, all of that kind of jazz. And we've got to remember, Liverpool, they won their first 5 games before people setting in. And then what happened? I'm not saying that's going to happen to them, but again, for me, that's when the season starts. Not saying you can play these games and not win and all of those things, but 10 games in. And we have to wonder what the season's going to look like initially for Arsenal. We hear rumors around Saliba and surgery. I am watching Gabriel Magalhaes in particular during this World Cup. Timber, if people kind of had a lot to say about when he was withdrawn from the Dutch side, and the way he was speaking didn't scream like someone that's going to be fit for the start of the season. Ben White might go. Benjamin White is still here, but we don't know what his thing is saying. Bukayo Saka's minutes are going to have to be managed very carefully, not just during this World Cup. Don't need to tell you about Rice. And obviously, depending on whatever country these guys represent, and even Odegaard to a degree, but whatever country these guys represent, how long are they going to play in the World Cup? And when are they going to be back for Arsenal? Are we going to do the Wenger thing where regardless from the point that your tournament stopped, whether you was playing in the Copa America, World Cup, Euros, whatever have you, and you're getting that 2 weeks, I don't know, people. But player welfare has gone out the window, bro. If if you're a player in the Premier League, all of them anyways, but Declan Rice, before a ball was kicked in the champs, you're talking 55, 60 games. If you're a player, I don't know, and you're playing in the Premier, let's just go back to last summer where you had the Club World Cup, another expanded competition. But let's just say you played all them games there. You've obviously played the whole Premier League season. There's been international friendlies and all of that qualification jazz. Then you've obviously got the World Cup. Now you're back to it. They don't care about player welfare, man. So yeah, it's not right, but it is what it is. But yeah, moving on. I was so keen to talk to you lot about the fixture calendar list, innit? But there you have it. Arsenal, Coventry City have only